Directly. Hello.
Hi guys, hi everyone, karibuni. It's yet another week, another session, and we are happy to be here.
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Nicole Hanselman. Thank you for joining. What we normally do when we come on live, I go on and tag my friends, I tag people to remind them that we are on here. What is happening? We are transitioning, we've changed our time. So it's a little bit confusing for a lot of people. They don't know what time we changed it into. But we are still still deciding what's the best time for everybody, for me, for Yvette, for you.
Mm,
The morning ones were a hassle. So okay, hold on tight. Let me go on and tag. Today's topic is mental wellness.
yes, mental wellness.
Yeah. Um,
Mental health is a big issue.
it
It's
is.
good that right now more and more people are talking about it, and we just need to normalize conversations around that subject and make it something that's very very normal and very very much a part of us. So, guys,
Yeah,
here we are. We're talking about mental wellness. It's a topic that affects each and every one of us, and it's only good. The best thing you can do for yourself is to take care of your mental health, because if things are not okay up here, then trust me, they won't be okay in any other part of your life.
absolutely.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, this is a topic close to my heart. I think when I got the confidence to come and do such videos and be live and stuff,
mm.
it all started with mental health and mental
Yes.
awareness. The whole world was going through a rough time and you kept on feeling like it was only you who was struggling.
Mm,
I told
mm.
myself, you know what, let's just encourage each other and come out of this thing and say, okay, you know what, you remember when we went through this thing and we survived, we are resilient,
Yes.
we survived. I remind
Mm.
myself that, you know what, people survived World War. They survived
Yes.
World War.
No, Holocaust. Yeah.
Yeah, and we need to tell the tale. So why can't
Mm,
we? If we continue being resilient, we probably can too. So that's how my
mm.
passion grew and grew and grew. And I, like you're saying, a lot of people now are talking about it. It's becoming a
A very
talk that,
common topic. Yeah.
yeah,
And
I
I
like,
think it's a good thing, unlike 5 years ago when it wasn't
oh,
even a topic open for discussion. Like, to
yeah,
most people, people couldn't differentiate between mental health, wellness, and the whole spiritual thing. And there was just so much mystery around mental health. But
yeah,
we're glad, the whole thing is being demystified now, and at least more and more people are getting an understanding of it. So it means
yeah.
you're on the right track.
Yeah, it's still more like a taboo thing. And that's the
Yes,
kind of
in a
topics we
way.
don't want to talk about. We just
Mm,
make the things worse for us. It's just like death. We've not reached a point where we can freely talk about death as being part of life. I hope
mm.
we come to that, but I'm glad we can do that with mental health.
Eventually we will. Yeah, eventually we'll get there. At least the
You know
first
that.
steps have been made, and that's a good thing. It's a good
Yeah.
thing. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon so. So, welcome
Mm.
everybody. If you're just joining, say hello to us. Please do say hello and tell us where you're joining from. And comment, be part of the whole thing. We always love
Conversation.
learning
Yeah.
from each other, and we love it when you're on there with us. It feels nice when oh, okay, yeah, you were there, you're participating and stuff. I tried to tag
Mm.
some of the names that came up. I don't know whether to tag a few more or
Yeah, you
we
can
get on
tag
with
a few
it.
more. Tag a few more.
Yeah.
Guys who are in traffic can watch while driving home or while in a matatu or whatever. Guys who are at home, just join us, watch, and also tag your friends so that
Yeah.
they also don't miss.
The thing
I
is,
mean, yeah, mental health is a very, very important topic to talk about. Uh, yes, we've made some improvements on, on the awareness side, but we're not there. And we're living in times when, everyone is going through some kind of thing. So it's always good to talk about it so that people know that they are not alone, and they
absolutely.
can always turn to somebody, and things can always get better. And even as they're going through whatever it is they're going through, there are ways to navigate through it without, self-destructing, or, it being a horrifying experience. Karibu
Yeah,
sana,
absolutely.
Frederick Bunde.
Oh, Karibu. I think I've tagged you again, but I will let it slide. I think I'm about to tag you again. I just keep on clicking whatever names that come first. That's all I do, really.
Mm,
Okay. So, yeah, in those crazy times, like yet again, where you go onto Facebook and
yes.
somebody has lost a sister, somebody has lost a mother, a brother,
Mm,
people are absolutely struggling
mm,
financially, emotionally, you name it. People are struggling, and that's why we need to talk about this thing. We are not there yet, but we those simple small steps at the beginning of a
mm.
long journey. We are getting there. We'll soon get there.
Yes, we
So anyway,
are.
we want to talk about mental wellness this week. We'll have a guest coming on
On
Thursday.
Thursday.
Coach Alich, she's passionate about this. So it will be nice to have her. I think she does it on her YouTube channel and she does have lives.
Mm,
Yeah, she does
mm.
have
Cool.
lives on this topic, which is really good. Karibu Frederick, Karibu Frederick. So, mental wellness. This is a topic we've done
Mm.
a few times
Yeah.
on this platform because we
Yes.
love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. So we'll just do a little bit of recap of our understanding of mental wellness or mental health, and then go on and share some of the tips or some of the things that we've shared before as we
Mm,
prepare for our guests coming. And if you have any
mm,
questions, do ask. Then our guests can come and chambua it.
mm,
Like they say. I'll see you. So yeah, Karibu Sana Frederick. If you have any friends, so I think that's in chat itself, do invite them
mm.
over. So I don't know, Yvette, let's dig in our
Yeah.
mental health. Go on.
Yeah. So we can start by just defining what mental wellness is to you. You start, then I'll give my own understanding of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, when it comes to mental well-being and it's just like your physical health. When you're physically healthy, you function well, you can go to work, you have energy, you can do things, you're not in bed and stuff. When it comes to our mental wellness, I think it's the same thing. Are you looking after yourself mentally? Are you eating the healthy foods that are good for your health? Are you doing things that are good for your mental health? When you're in a good mental place, then you're able to make better decisions, have better outcomes from it,
Mm,
have better thoughts, know how to treat other human beings better, know how to treat yourself better, and do
mm,
those things that can be a chore for somebody who is not there mentally. For me,
mm.
mental health, it mostly we think of depression. It's
Yes.
the biggest thing that
And
affects us as
stress.
adults. Once we get to that age where we have responsibilities, it's not fun and games anymore. It's so crying. Then it becomes too much for some of us. And that's why every single morning we need to make that choice of looking
Mm,
after ourselves mentally. Yeah.
mm,
Every single
mm.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, mental wellness is taking care of your emotional side, your emotions, and taking care of your, psychological side, taking
Mm,
care of your spiritual side, and
yeah.
also your general physical well-being,
Yeah.
so that wholesomely you're functioning well. Yeah, your mind is in the right place. Your
Mm,
emotions are okay. Yeah,
yeah.
and emotions being okay does not mean you're happy at all the time. Acknowledging and embracing the emotions that you're feeling at that time, and knowing that it's okay to feel what you're feeling. Like, there's no shame in feeling what you're feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, embracing it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and also your psychological needs, are they taken care of? Are you at a good place? And
Yeah.
physically, are you eating well? Are you doing your exercises? And also socially, are
Yeah.
you in healthy circles of family, of friends?
Mm,
How's your workplace? Is it an environment that enables you to thrive and be happy and go home at the end of the day having been fulfilled? So all those things in totality,
in
all those
harmony, working
yeah,
together.
they all encompass, the overall. mental
Yeah.
wellness of somebody.
Yeah, I do like
Mm,
to say that because it's a whole package. You can't just concentrate on one side and leave the other.
yes.
All of it
Mm,
work together for your
yes.
well-being. But for me,
Mm,
again, you have to make choices every single day. The choices
yes.
towards that to maintain that good mental state. That includes everything. Once you get into your head
Mm,
that everything matters, I think that's one of the things transforming things for me as well. When I realized that everything matters, all those little things that we used to think that, oh, that doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
mm, mhm,
As a
mhm,
young girl in
mhm.
your 20s, you think, you're just thinking that simple, unnecessary things, but everything matters. Absolutely everything matters. From the choice of friends, from the choice of foods you eat, those foods are
Mm,
really important. Those people you surround yourself are really important. From the
yes.
job you go to, you chose that
Mm,
job. Are you happy in it? Why did you do it? Did you do it because of somebody else? You have to
mm.
make those choices. And then, like you're saying, spiritually too. When you
Oh,
come from a
yes.
spiritual, yeah, when you come from a spiritual point of view, then you accept that, okay, nimefelewa, but that's part of life. What does my spiritual journey tells me about that?
Mm, mm,
How do I understand that? How can I deal with that? How can I deal
mm,
with losing my work? How can I
mm.
deal with such things? You come from a spiritual point of view. And I like that you mentioned that acknowledging those emotions and working with them. Because,
Oh, yes.
when,
Mm,
yeah, when we came to understanding mental health, we talked about all this resilience, and you thought
mm,
that maybe crying or mourning about it is wrong, or feeling bad that you lost somebody, feeling bad that you've gone through divorce. You thought it was a wrong emotion, a wrong feeling. Emotions are there for a reason. We need those
yes.
emotions. We need to allow them and feel them. The problem
Mm,
is dwelling on them for way too long.
yes. I think for us mostly in our African context, we are taught that there are good emotions and bad emotions, and
Absolutely.
therefore we tend to hide some emotions. Like we
The bad
don't
ones.
acknowledge that, yeah, the bad ones, the negative ones. So we don't acknowledge that we are sad or we are angry or we are
Mhm.
heartbroken, because then it's a sign of weakness.
It's a sign
But
of yes.
yeah, weakness, or then attention seeking,
Yeah, and for women, we're
yeah.
not allowed to be angry anymore, or like
Mm,
tell somebody off. You'll be told you're nagging, you're aggressive.
yes.
You're just trying to
Mm,
articulate what you feel, or articulate as an
mm.
event, and you're being told you're aggressive. So you learn to bottle and kujifanya mdogo. Eh?
Or we wear fake smiles, plastic smiles, but then deep down we are hurting, deep
I'm
down
good
we
at
are
that.
crying, but then we cannot really show the world that we are going through some emotional turmoil. We don't even talk about it because we don't want to be
Yeah.
perceived as weak or
No.
attention seeker, or all those things. So we end up, because we are not being authentic to ourselves and our
Mm-hmm.
feelings, we
Yeah.
end up really being stressed,
Yeah.
frustrated.
Yeah,
And
and
so,
then
yeah.
sometimes hata hakuna watu wa kuongelesha. Like that's why I'm saying that it's very important that you make right choices of the kind of friends you
Mm,
hang around,
mm.
because there are people who tell you, yangu hata ilikuwa mbaya kuliko yako, and you think
Yeah.
we all have different
We need to change that.
capabilities.
Yeah. Mm.
What
Yeah.
you can handle, Yvette, I can't handle it. And from the
True.
biblical point of view, from for us Christian, I'm not trying to segregate anybody or whatever. We respect all faiths here. And if you want me to explain my spiritual journey, it's also a whole different story. But
Oh,
going
it's
back to the
okay.
biblical point of view, you're told you can't be given anything you can't handle. So,
Mm.
where your whole family died in a car accident, and you survived it and dealt with it and still managed to be a sound human being, and somebody else can deal with great granddad dying
Mm.
at
Mm.
100.
Mm.
We are all different.
Yeah.
Just because you're thinking, hey, hiyo yako ni mild. We are
Mm.
all different. What we can handle ni tofauti sana. Let's see what Frederick was saying. I think
Mm.
good mental health is the ability to isolate issues and act upon each issue without having an overlapping of other issues on one.
Mm.
So I think you mean like dealing with them as you go. I
As
think that
they
is
come.
really important.
Mm.
Really important. Facing it, because it's not gonna go anywhere. That alcohol won't take it anywhere. That problem will still
Yeah.
be there. That
Mm.
problem will
But
still
again, also, the reality of life is sometimes issues overlap. I won't lie to you. Here you
sometimes
are.
overlap.
And most of the times issues overlap, and when you don't deal with them, trust me, they'll overlap. Like you can lose your job, and so while you're still going through the motions,
You
and then
lost
you
a
lose your
family member.
relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah, so and yeah, you
yeah,
are probably you're the main, you're the breadwinner at home. So all those are
yeah.
issues that are overlapping, and then you lose your friends in the process. So you feel all alone in the world, and you have nobody to talk to.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
sometimes those people feel like they come in threes, but don't believe in
mm,
it. But sometimes they do feel like they come in threes. So you
mm,
got to just
mm.
acknowledge and accept that, okay, you're
Yes,
going
this is
through
the
a patch, it's a
situation.
season. Even the
Mm,
crops have to go through those seasons. Ukiangalia some
mm.
of our crops huko hivyo ma autumn and stuff, utaionea huruma ushindwe, haya, this
Imenyauka.
ripe,
Mm,
imekauka, but
mm.
come spring, there it is springing with all those beautiful flowers.
Yes, yes.
So just
Mm,
understand it as a part of your journey. It does happen. Deal with them. You've lost your job. Deal with that as soon as you can. Yes, you
mm,
will feel bad. You will feel like, okay, what's the future got in store for me? But that's okay. That's why I like talking about anxiety as well when we talk about mental health.
mm,
Anxiety
mm.
is just caused by our worries, or you keep on living in the future, focusing on the future.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
not
living so
even
much in
have,
the future and not living in the present.
you're not in
Mm,
the present. So hata ukiwa unataka kupanda ndege, you fly, but you're already worried that hiyo ndege itaanguka, je ikianguka. How many planes every day zina survive na zina land? Unaona?
mm,
You,
mm,
your rational mind can't tell you that right at that time. Nobody can reason with you at that time.
mm,
So
mm,
it's okay in a way that you that's how you are. But learn to be in the present moment. There are lots of tools that we'll share later on how to ensure that you're in the present moment at all times, so that you don't live in that emotion of being anxious, or
mm.
on the opposite of being in the past, living in the past.
Ah, yes.
So you're never in the present moment. Oh, ati kitambo nilikuwa na job poa, sijui nini nini, ama sijui nini nilifanyikia, sio kitu nifanyikie, ati since divorce yangu sijaipata, sijui nini nini. Oh, relating things from the past, being the present moment,
Mm,
in the present moment.
yeah. And also, Nicole, to add to what we've talked about, sometimes what we watch, what we see, what we read really influence our state of mind.
Hmm.
Like we're in social media, we've got access to TV, we've got access to literature, news, and especially right now, and we were talking about it in the group in the morning, like,
Hmm.
bad news really sells. So if
Yeah.
you're in a position to turn off those triggers,
Hmm.
turning off means it's as simple as exiting some groups that cause you some kind of anxiety.
Yeah.
Or you can choose not to watch news at all if
Hmm.
then it's causing you anxiety and frustration and depression. Yeah, because
Yeah.
remember, your wellness comes first. And
Your
here
woman.
you are, yeah, and we're living at a time when yenyewe, there are so many deaths, yeah. So here you are going through that. Then whatever you're reading, whatever you're watching again reminds you of those things that are happening. If
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
can just distance yourself from such things, and
Yeah.
expose yourself to more positive content. Like
Hmm.
if you like reading the Bible, for example, look for some really positive stuff from the Bible and read. There's
Hmm.
some motivational stuff, to feed yourself with. Yeah, just anything that is going to keep you like mentally at a good place.
Yeah. You know what they say, garbage in, garbage out.
Mm,
Yeah, whatever you put in your head, that's what you'll be thinking of, especially before you
mm,
go to bed or the first thing in the morning before you wake up. So be selective of the things you allow in your head. I
mhm,
stopped
mhm.
watching the news for that reason. I just select what I want to know, need to
Yes,
know basis for me. Need
yes.
to know
Mm,
basis. Ndio nisijipate nimetoka huko nje. I might go out na kumbe watu waliambiwa jifungeni ndani, we are spraying today. Just so that
mm,
you're not the only person who is out there when they are spraying something. So just what I need to know, just relevant information. if you expose your brain into all those negativity every single time, you don't realize the amount of negativity your brain hears. And the
Mm,
world, yeah, we are biased people. We like the negative more. So, like the
mm,
way you're saying, somebody shared in the group about negative news cell and stuff. Our brains are
mm,
biased, they like the negativity. So on the news, there'll be all those negativity going on. You will have
mhm.
seen all those things that are happening to your friends and stuff. You're not trying to detox at any point. You're just bringing in a lot of negative information. What do you expect to come out of that? You just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to manifest in other ways. You might start being aggressive.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you see, in your mind, you'll just be viewing like the mental way in which you view the world. Yeah, you'll view the world as this very negative, horrible
Negative.
place. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you start feeling hopeless and
yeah,
frustrated and feeling like all the walls are closing in on you because here you are, you have your problems, and then also surrounded yourself with some really negative content.
yeah. And
That is
Jonathan,
not productive
some
at
people
all.
might be talking about something fun, but there will
Mm,
always be that negative person who will just ruin the whole fun thing. They
mm,
won't see the humor in it. They won't see whatever. They'll just come with that because that's an energy you've decided to carry with you. All those patterns will start manifesting. It will be like for others being aggressive and trolls and stuff like that. You're having a
mm,
conversation with somebody. They come from 0 to 100. They just flip like that. They just flip.
mhm.
Alafu anajustify na kwa mimi wa mtu hasira. Not really.
Yeah. Mm-mm. It's just that they are not mentally at a good place, na
Not
ndio
meant to
maana hiyo
other
hasira inatoka.
inatoka na it will look for ways to come out. Unajua, that's how
Mm,
the world works. It will
mm,
try and seep out of your system, and it will seep out as
yes.
negativity and stuff. So yeah, we've
Mm,
talked then that's one of the tips that you need to do, like when you are ensuring that you are mentally healthy. Detox, take some time and just leave all those gadgets out. Just take some
mm,
time to quiet your mind. Take some time to quiet
mm,
your mind. So surround yourself with nice people, eat well, take some time out of these gadgets and just quiet that
mm.
mind to learn to be in the present moment and practice mindfulness.
Mhm, mhm. And another thing that also kind of leaves us in an aggravated position is the social media.
Yeah,
Here we are on Instagram comparing our lives with influencers' lives or the lives of our friends. Yeah, we forget that people only post the things that look glamorous to the world. Yeah, I'm not gonna post, my down moments, those moments that I'm crying or I'm depressed or I'm stressed. I'll post the moments that I'm traveling and flying high and looking good. So
yeah,
many social media people tend to compare their lives with the lives of, the lives of their friends on social media. And that can be frustrating because now you start asking yourself questions like, where did I go wrong in this
so
life?
wrong. Mbona maisha
Yeah,
yangu yako?
what didn't I do or what did I do wrong? Why
Yeah,
am I always the unlucky one? Why aren't I balling like everyone else?
yeah.
Yeah, and social media
Sometimes you forget that
it's
how some of those
illusion.
people spend a lot of money that they don't have to
Mm,
show you whatever they want to show you. They'll spend lots and lots of money getting a lot of that just to show you that glamorous part of their lives that probably doesn't exist. And there you are feeling sorry for yourself just by
Sometimes they don't
comparing
even
yourself to
spend
others.
money. Sometimes they just know all the tricks to make their lives look glamorous,
Yeah. And
on
some of
social
them make it,
media.
some of them also don't. So you just compare
Many of
yourself.
them don't spend that much money. Apana.
Yeah.
All it takes is going to a nice place and taking photos and being creative enough with your captions, and everyone will think that you're balling. So
Yeah.
as a social media user, you're like, what? How comes I can't even afford to go to this place? So why is it that
I
everyone is going there
know.
and I'm the only one who's stuck at
I know
home?
seeing those beautiful couples and they're like, oh my goodness me,
Yes.
I
Mm.
can't even nail somebody for a day. But with you don't know what they need to do to maintain that friendship and that
Mm.
and stuff.
Mm.
So just do you, be you, stop comparing yourself to other people. Just live your
Mm.
life according to your terms. We call this platform Success Your Way movement. And that's one of the reasons that we did that, because we realized most of our anxieties, most of our problems, most of our unhappiness come from us, from trying to be what we are not, trying to live by somebody else's terms, somebody else's
Mm,
definition of stuff. And then we find that we are unhappy because it's unfair. It's a rigged game. You can't
mm.
win. You don't even know the rules for that game. You're
Yeah,
playing a
true.
game, you don't understand the rules. How are you gonna
Mm,
win it? You're never gonna win
mm,
that game.
completely. Absolutely.
Yeah, just making yourself unhappy and stuff.
Mm,
So we need to go back on the drawing table and just tell yourself, ask yourself what you want in life and understand what you want in life and start being your happy self now.
mm, mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of easy that way. It's kind of easy that we
Yeah.
just stop the negativity, leave that phone, or reduce the amount of consumption of it. Stay with positive people or be in
Mhm.
positive forums, and then just take a day at a time. Take a day
Yeah.
at a time.
True.
Yeah,
And then also, this is not to say that bad moments don't come. We all experience the bad moments. We all experience, bad days. We all experience downfalls. But what I learned is to, like, dive on the, like, when you're surfing, you dive on the wave and flow with it. And
mm,
then when that wave is gone, please just let it go. Don't dwell on it. Yeah. So just embrace those bad moments. Yes, you're in it. Yes, you're going through hard times. It's okay to just accept that you're going through that. Just don't dwell on it forever.
don't dwell on
Unajua?
it. Ask
Yes.
yourself. Yeah, I used to like that song. I can't sing. Go, 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 da, da, da. Don't stop moving. Go, go, go. Yeah, just keep on moving. Keep
Yes.
on moving. Even you better be moving in the wrong direction than being stuck there. You keep
Mm-hmm.
on moving. Don't go
Mm,
stuck there. The other thing I wanted to talk about is gratitude.
mm,
If all these things don't work for you, maybe you don't have that money to eat well. I don't know, you can't find those close friends because maybe you don't have, maybe the environment is not conducive to make friends. You're in a foreign country
mm,
or whatever. Exercise, maybe there's no time because you're busy working, always working. Let's say all these things are still not working for you. One place you need to start from and always need to do is have a heart of gratitude.
gratitude. I
Whatever
love
you
it.
do, always have a heart of gratitude. I can't emphasize this enough. Just waking in every day and knowing that you've been given a second chance to make it, try to do it
Mm,
again, you know, that is enough to be grateful for. The fact that you're
mm,
here having this human experience.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
I'm so
mm,
big on gratitude. Sometimes people say, "Oh, okay, what am I grateful for?" There's so many things. Just start counting one item at a time. When is the last time you ate? How many people in the world ate like the last have eaten in the last 24 hours, in the last 48 hours? How many people have had food? Some people are in war zone countries. When is the
mm.
last time they saw peace? Think of
Yeah.
those things. You woke up and you didn't hear any bomb blasting.
Mm,
You didn't have all those stresses. You had your meal maybe yesterday, even if it was yesterday morning. You're better off than those people who are dying of hunger. They've
mm,
not eaten
mm.
in over a week or something. So a
Yeah.
heart full of gratitude for me is a big yes.
Yeah, yeah. Gratitude always works. Okay, and maybe the comparison thing might not work because when you're at a dark place, you don't you think that you're the one who's suffering most, yeah.
Mm,
But what works is, remember, there's the exercise that you talked about the last time we talked about gratitude, the
mm.
exercise where you list the good things that are going on in your life, things that
Yeah.
the good things, and then yeah, also lists the things that you don't like about your life. Then you'll
Mm,
realize, when you do that exercise, you'll realize always that you've got the good things in most cases
mm.
outweighs, the number of the bad things.
The bad
Yeah,
things. It always
and
have.
therefore, yeah, just well, it's hard, but it's possible to focus on the good things
Mm.
that are happening in your life,
Yeah.
so that your mind is constantly, on the
Leaning
positive
on the
side.
positive side. Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
like, okay, you might have, for example, at this moment lost your job, but maybe you are so good at dancing. Yeah. So focus on that dancing. You just never know. There might be a gig and you might be required to perform or something. You just focus on it.
Yeah.
Maybe it gives you, that good feeling. Focus on it so that
Yeah.
your focus is less on your problems and more on the good things that are happening in your life as well.
Absolutely. And even that, just losing that job, you had a job in the first place. You can add it in your CV. There's some people who don't
Yes.
even have that experience, that job
Yes.
experience. And
Mm.
everywhere they go, they're being asked, oh, we need 3 years experience. And I'm thinking, damn, yeah, where am I going to get 3 years experience if you're not giving me any job? So at
Mm.
least you had that job experience. You have a story to tell that once upon a time you did that job and you learned something from
Yes.
it. So there's
Mm.
always something to be grateful for if you want to focus on gratitude. And
Yeah.
gratitude, like most things, is just practice. The more you
Mm. Yeah,
practice
it
it,
is
the more
practice.
you get better. You get
Mm.
better and better. And the more you're grateful, the more you get more. I always use this
Yeah.
example. Let's say you have two kids in front of you and you have some sweets. And then you give the first one a sweet and the second one a sweet. Who are you gonna want to give more sweets? The one that goes like excited and thanking you for it, or the one that's chucks it away? Sweetie moja tu na una mingi. Who would you want to
Of course, the one that's really excited about the sweets,
about
the
the
one
sweets?
who's
Like,
thankful
oh, thank
about
you,
it.
sweet, and
Yeah.
maybe going and
Mm.
sharing it as well. And you notice they go and cut it and share it with somebody else, and they're thinking they only have that one sweet, and they still want to share it with everybody. They're super excited. They want everybody to know that they've had a sweet from you. That's the person you're born to be attracted to,
Mm.
and you're born to want to give more, even if you haven't got any at that time. But yule
Yeah.
mwenye hayuko appreciative, ameitupa, amekasirika, sijui nini, hata
Mm.
sweet, hata sijui nini, you wouldn't want to reward them again.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
that's how the universe works. That's how our world works. You have to be
Mm.
grateful. You start from a point of gratitude, then you will deserve whatever comes your way. You will deserve
Mm.
more and more. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and another thing also is to talk. Just talk out what you're feeling, and especially still on the point of gratitude. When then, yes, there are things that you're grateful for, things that are going on, good things that are going on in your life, yeah.
Mm.
Even if you're going through some other, dark things, yeah. But if you can then talk to somebody about the good things that are going on in your life, believe me, that's
Yeah.
registered in your subconscious, yeah. And you keep seeing the world in a more positive light, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's that aspect of
Absolutely.
talking about the good things, and also talking to somebody about the really bad things that you might be going through at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got a bunch of trusted people in your life, yeah, people who are your cheerleaders, people you can
Your
trust,
people
yeah, your people who really mean well for you and have your best interests at heart, yeah.
at time.
If you can
Yeah.
identify such people and just open up to them and express your pain or anger or frustrations to them, sort of you get relieved. And
Yeah.
also sometimes also when you talk to people, you get to understand that you're not the only one who's going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always a relief knowing that, it's not just a curse on you, but it's just whatever you're going through is normal human experience. So talking,
Absolutely,
talking
absolutely. And
to trusted
we
people
always
help.
say knowledge is power, and knowledge
Mm,
is even it's a superpower actually.
mm,
So the other thing that
mm,
you need to do is just equip yourself with knowledge. First, I don't know. Hi to our audience. Nobody else said hello today. Tell us your own experiences and your own understanding. We have every bad thing that happens to you is actually good. Absolutely,
mm,
you just need to
mm.
find the good in it and turn it around. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
Mm,
share your own experiences and tell us. I've shared my story before. I don't plan to share my stories anymore. You have to go and dig and find those stories from before. Today, I'm not sharing any more stories about my mental health
the
journey. But
experience.
yeah, I've been through it. And what you're saying, Yvette, is really true. You talk to somebody and you realize, no, you're not the only person who's going through that. A lot of people
Mm,
have gone through that. And then if you're equipped with knowledge too, you understand that some things happen to you and it's kind of normal. It happens to almost
mm.
everybody.
Mm,
uh, it's so common for like women of a certain age to go through depression. Once you
mm,
realize that, then you'll be okay with it. You like, okay, I am not that special. It's something that happens to people. It does happen to
mm,
people. How did they deal
mm.
with it? How can I deal with it? How can I go
Yes.
through it? It's just like adolescence. When you go through adolescence, when you the fact that you know that every child goes through adolescence, or almost all kids, it makes you happier, or it makes you embrace it, or you can relate to it. But when you think it's just your thing, I'm the only adolescent who is acting like an adolescent, it's weird, isn't it? Whereas
Yeah,
we know that,
yeah.
no,
Mm,
most women of this certain age, of this certain circumstances, they're bound to be depressed, they're bound to go through depression thing.
mm.
Then, yeah, better
Yeah.
way of dealing with it.
And also another thing about talking just helps you to gain new knowledge, and especially when you're talking in a group of people who are going through the same thing as you. One, of course, you get to understand and also appreciate that you're not the only one going through that. Yeah. And number two, you learn how everyone is coping with that particular thing. Yeah.
Mm.
And you get some tips here and there, and yeah, that's a good thing. It's
It's
comforting to know
good.
that, yeah,
There's
there's a
power in
way out.
talking. There
Mm-hmm.
is an absolute power in talking. The moment you start sharing it with somebody, you feel a lot better. And then I
Mm.
think it disarms the problem too.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you thought that problem was really massive, really big, but when you talk it, and sometimes you even talk and you find that you have the solutions anyway. You could be talking
Mm,
about a job, hey, nilipoteza hiyo kazi, sijui nini nini. Then you remember, oh, actually, there's somebody who had told me, come, I don't want to be in that job again. There's an opportunity elsewhere. Just buzz me and tell me. But if
mm,
when you let's start this one, let's start afresh. When you are in an unhealthy mental state, if you're in a dark place, everything is cloudy, and that's why
yes.
we're talking about mental health. And you
Mm,
tend to make wrong decisions and make things worse than they are, or than they seem. So that's why you need to look after yourself. So when you talk to people, when you practice these things that are good for your mental well-being, then things become clearer. If you practice things like mindfulness, being the present, things become clearer. You see
mm,
opportunities. But if you're in a dark place, even if an opportunity slapped you in the face, you will not say it. You will not
mm,
say it.
yeah, very true.
And
Very
depressed
true.
people, yeah, when you go to a dark place and you find yourself depressed, most depressed people, they will close their windows,
Mm,
they want to be in social gatherings, they just want to be
yeah,
on their own. And that's not
yeah.
good for you, because when you come out, once you share with somebody, you realize, like Yvette is saying, maybe the person went through a similar thing, and yeah, this is what they did, this is the kind of help that is out there. Then you get solution. But if you decide to seclude yourself and lock yourself up, how is it gonna
Yeah,
help?
yeah, true. Very, very true. I know the talking bit is not so easy, especially when people in your circle all seem to be doing well. And believe me, it's just one of the thoughts that you have in your head. They all seem to be doing well,
Yeah,
and you looking at yourself as this loser in the group. So you'd rather not share with them. But let me tell you, we live in a very imperfect world, and everyone is going
mm-hmm,
through something. Yeah. So
mm-hmm.
it's always really important. It's vital to just identify, even if it's just one person that you can trust, one person that you can open up to. Yeah. Just so that you talk to them and they just help you kind of to go through whatever it is that you're going through. And
Absolutely.
let me tell you, I've had experiences where I bottled up things because I thought that this person meant to hurt me. So like I bottled up, my feelings, nini, so I didn't talk out whatever it is that was bothering me. And that went on for months, yeah. But when I finally get to having a discussion with this person, it turned out that whatever I was, bottling and holding on to was just a product of my
Your
overthinking.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And and
Yeah.
and you see, in most cases, that is what happens. We create
Yeah.
scenarios in our minds, and we don't
Yeah.
talk about it. So here we are bottling up things, or now we are hiding under that cloud, and
Mm.
and then it shapes our entire lives at
Yeah.
that time. Yeah, so
We
we
do
end up
that.
depressed, we end up sad, we end up frustrated, but
Yeah.
the whole thing is just an imagination, an illusion.
Mm.
Mm.
That's why we talk
It's
about
good to
negative
talk.
self-talk as a separate topic of its own, but it's also really important for mental wellness.
Mm.
Negative self-talk is just your brain telling you, it's like a monkey brain. The monkey is just playing
Yes.
on that and telling you, having this chit chat, crazy chit chat. And once you start going through that part, it has more and more to tell you. You realize that
Mm.
it's just has so much it wants to tell you, negative things, that it's also a choice. If you choose to listen to the positive side of your mind, then you'll find that a lot of the positive things to talk about too. It's just that we tend
Mm.
to like this other chit chat where it tells you, oh, you're not good enough, or you lost your job because of this. You were like
Mm.
that. You knew you're gonna lose it. You were
Mm.
lucky to get it in the first place. If you entertain that, that's what you're gonna. That's what you'll have in your life.
Mm.
There's this story that we like sharing on this platform too about wolves. The child who was talking to his granddad about the two wolves, and one of them is the greed, all those negative things, and the other one is the kindness and all those positive things. And the child wondered and asked the granddad, of the two wolves, which one will survive? And the granddad simply told him, the one that you feed. The one
Mm.
that you're going to choose to feed is the one that will survive. If you want to that positive wolf, the one that is kind, generous, happy, and stuff to survive, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. That's the one will survive. That will survive.
Mm.
If you
Mm.
dwell on the negative, that's the one you
Yeah,
feed.
that's the one that will. Yeah, true, true. Yeah, so self talk is also important. Self-talk
Yeah,
is really, really, really important. Though, yeah, with self-talk, I know it's a little bit complex because there's a lot of dealing with inner child issues. Yeah, but I believe that with practice, you get somewhere. Unajua, yeah, acknowledge the positive things about you, and then keep reminding yourself of your positives. Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely. We like talking about affirmations as well. We do talk about them
mm,
a lot. Have some things that you remind yourself and affirm them every day. Again,
yeah.
from a biblical point of view, Christians have really beautiful ones, and I believe most religions, if not all, they have
Mm,
beautiful affirmations where you remind yourself whose child you are, what you've been
yeah.
told, all those positive things. I'm beautiful and wonderful. I'm fearfully, wonderful, and beautifully
Wonderfully
made.
made.
If you remind yourself that every day before you leave your house, you're fear you're fearfully made, you're wonderfully made. You don't need anybody else telling you otherwise.
Mm,
You won't
mm,
go anywhere because you've already told yourself before you left the day. So yeah, affirmation, big on affirmation, big on affirmation.
mm,
If
yeah.
there's anything you want to talk today, take with you today, then it has to be gratitude and affirmation, reminding yourself.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
mm,
Yeah, okay. I think we can talk a little bit about self-esteem, because
mm-hmm,
self-esteem does affect people's mental wellness.
mm,
So you find that, oh sorry, I'm taking my pen up. You find that in a nutshell, mental health, or if you're not mentally okay, it's because you've not taken responsibility of your life. It sounds mean, it sounds negative, it sounds bad, but it's true. If we agree on that, first, I'm not an expert in this, but this is my knowledge, and this is something I've accepted as the truth for me. You have to take responsibility of your life and know that you have control. You
mm,
have to
mm,
take responsibility. You have to know that the choices you're making are the ones that led you there, and you have to make better choices so that you don't go back there.
mm,
Simple as that. I have been in a dark place, and I had to learn that, you know what, I got myself into that dark place. And I knew it was my responsibility to get myself out back.
out of
That's
that.
why,
Mm, mm,
yeah, that's why people can tell you lots of these things and tell you and talk to you, can watch this live and stuff. But if you don't make that decision, and if you don't decide that you're the adult here, you're mature, you have to take responsibility of your life, and start taking control, you'll go back to where you are right
mm,
now.
mm,
You go back
mm.
to where you are. You have to know why you make your choices, what your values are, what your life purpose is. You have to make those choices every single day and tell yourself, you know what, I like being around Yvette. Sorry, Yvette, for using her as an example. I like being around Yvette, but all Yvette and I do is talk, maybe go drinking and gossip and waste our money and live life for the now. Okay, what do I do? You as an adult, you have to make the choice and say, you know what, I don't think Yvette is influencing me positively. I have to
Mhm.
learn to say no to her. Take
Yeah,
control of your life. Take control of your life.
very true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
your spouse cooks food meals you don't think are healthy for you. They make you be in the wrong way that you know it's not good for you. Your doctor has warned you about it. You have to take responsibility and say, you know what? No, you cook them for yourself. You eat them,
Mm.
enjoy them, but I'm not going to participate in this because it's not good for my
Yeah.
health. Take
Mm.
responsibility. You're an
Yeah.
adult. Mental health, you have to take control of your life.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. And maybe before taking responsibility, you should be very aware of yourself, self-awareness. That's really, really important because that is now what will make you define your values depending on who you are. Yeah. And also on matters self-esteem. Once you know what it is that makes you like look down upon yourself, have a negative view of self. Yeah. Once you're aware of those things, then it's easy for you to now work backwards and kind of eliminate those things from your mind because it's all in your mind. Yeah. So yeah, be aware of who you are mentally. Be aware of what your values are,
Mm.
what's important to you as a person. Just so that you can define who you are. And
Yeah,
once you define who you are, then it's very easy for you to make life choices that are in alignment with the
mm,
person you are. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, that kind of it keeps you at a place of high vibration than
absolutely.
when you're unaware of who you are in the first place and then just going with what's being presented to you, and deep down
Yeah,
you're not happy about it.
yeah.
Yeah, so always good
Awareness
to know who
means
you are.
you understand your emotions, you understand your feelings, you
Mm,
know where you are right now, and you know why you got there, and now
mm,
you don't have to get yourself out. They simply
yeah.
say that the moment you realize you're digging a hole, the first instinct is you should stop digging. The more you
Yes.
dig a hole, the more you getting deeper into it, isn't it? So the fact is stop digging.
Kabisa.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you realize that your mental problems are financial. Stop spending. First instinct,
Mm,
stop spending what you haven't got. That's the first
yeah.
instinct. Take responsibility and pray for spirituality. We said is really important here.
Very important.
Yeah, pray and ask to know guidance in knowing the things you can change and the things you can't. Anything you can change and take control over, it's your responsibility to do that.
Mm,
I'm not gonna
mm-hmm.
tell you to take responsibility of your weather, the weather. Maybe your job requires you to work outdoors, and when the weather is conducive, then you can. Or maybe a farmer, you
Yeah.
need the rains. That's fine. That's something that's not up to you. You have no control over the weather. But anything else, you have to take responsibility and acknowledge
Yes.
that it is
Mm,
your job.
mm,
Be aware of
mm,
your emotions. You're not saying fight them, accept them, acknowledge them, and deal with them one at a time.
mm.
Alcohol, drugs, or whatever, they're not gonna help. And if
Yeah.
it's really deep, you have to seek medical advice. You have to go
Mm,
to an expert. You have to go to somebody who knows what they're doing. You
mm.
can go to a life coach, but a life coach can't help you with your mental problems unless maybe they can understand what's causing it. Is it financial problem that is causing it? Is it marital problems that is causing it? Is it this that's causing it? Can we work towards that? Can we do this towards that? But other than that, if it's mental problems, go and get help from a
Yes.
professional.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I'm loving this conversation. And especially what you've said about going to get help. Uh, Many a times we shy from getting help, because of the way mental health has been stigmatized
Mm-hmm.
in our society. But I'm also thankful that more and more coaches and psychologists and all these people who offer mental health support are
Mm,
coming out and talking about mental health
mm,
and even making themselves accessible.
mm,
And that's really really important. Previously we thought that maybe going for therapy was really 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 expensive, but
expensive.
I'm glad that right now there are really pocket friendly services being
Mm,
offered by coaches and psychologists and counselors, and some institutions are even offering, mental health support for free.
mhm,
So I just need to know all these resources, how to access them where they are.
mm,
Yeah. So everyone should just know that there's no shame in seeking help, because we all human, we all get overwhelmed at times,
mm,
and sometimes that one or two therapy sessions will be
mm.
the turning point in your life, and they're really worth it. Mm.
Yeah. So, guys, just look after yourself, make those right choices. Sometimes those choices seem difficult, but they are not. Start small, start with simple choices.
Yeah.
Decide for yourself that you're going to eat a healthy meal
Mm.
today. Start with the fruits and eliminate that chip or whatever.
Mm.
Just start small and you'll see yourself growing. Start
Yes.
embracing those positive friends and just, because the two happen with
Eh.
positive friends, utakuwa welcome anyway. Yeah,
Mm.
especially if
Mm.
you're showing that you want to change. But if you're coming down and you're like, oh, you want to bring the negativity, then maybe it will be a struggle. But if you're showing
Mm.
that you just want to surround yourself with that positive energy and stuff, you will be welcome. You will be welcome.
Yes.
I know I'll welcome you definitely.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
make those choices and just embrace change. Accept change. The world is meant to change every day. It's what wants the
Mm.
world. Yeah, change is inevitable. That is the world. That's how it works. So you have
Mm.
to learn how to embrace it. Accept change. Accept change. Usiwe tu rigid tu ati sasa siku hizi watoto wako TikTok, watoto wako TikTok. Kubali wako TikTok. What do we do about it? What do I do about it as a parent? Accept change and learn things and learn with it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Completely, Kabita, and also gratitude, Nicole. What you've talked about,
mm,
the more we practice gratitude, the better things seem to be.
yeah,
And so let's keep practicing gratitude. Let's focus on those things that we are grateful for,
mm,
and many more beautiful things will follow us in our lives.
yeah,
That's just how the world works. You focus
absolutely,
on the good things will follow you. You focus
absolutely.
on the problems, all you'll be seeing is the problems.
You'll see more and more, and even if an opportunity slapped you in the face, if we told you
Mm.
nini hautasikia, hautaona, hauambiliki, hausemezeki, because you're in a
Mm.
dark place and you can't be blamed for that. You can't
Mm.
say. Yeah,
Mm.
I've shared my story before, and I'm tempted to just share just a nugget of it. So what happened years ago? I went through a very dark place, and it was really my responsibility, up to me.
Yeah.
uh, Relationship wrong, money spending wrong, spending
Yeah.
what you have got and stuff. Everything was just wrong for me. And at that time, if you had told me that it was my fault, I probably would have told you. But now I see it different. I know all those things led to that moment where I was I went to my doctors, I went to my GP, and they told me that I had low moods and high stress. That is what it
Mm.
was. Because I went there, and for the first time in years, I was crying backwards. I never used to be the person who cries. I was the person who bottled everything. I didn't think I had to share my problems or tell my problems to people. So I would bottle it and bottle it. And when I went there, I cried backwards. I cried and cried and cried. And my GP was pregnant at that time. So, oh, poor
Mm.
girl. She just gave me some time off work. She gave me 6 weeks off work. And the irony of it all is nobody believed that a person like me can be in that state where I'm
Mm.
almost depressed. And the only
Yeah.
reason I didn't fight depressed is because I knew that I had to present that letter to my employer, and I didn't want it to
Mm.
be depressed and stuff. So I was diagnosed with low moods and high stress, and going to work, and they're like, "What? You're taking a piss." Sorry for swearing. Oh, you. No, yeah, I've been given 6 weeks off, and people knew that. A lot of people pull that stance to be away from work for a while because
Mm,
they get paid. But I was actually in a very dark place where I didn't even want to do things, activity with my friends and stuff. You don't want to do all this. You will notice that somebody starts being not so hygienic. Yeah,
mm.
everything is a struggle. You don't want to really shower. You don't really want to open your curtains. You don't want to go anywhere. You
Yeah,
know,
they're just in bed the
that's
whole day.
yeah. By the way, that's a very important thing to know, that when you notice any of your friends beginning to be look unkempt and stuff, they don't want to look after themselves. They're possibly going through a rough moment. And yeah, they might have an explanation for it, but
Mm,
be on the lookout. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. So I did go through that, and it was hard for people to believe that I went through that, because I always had this high energy and stuff. And you
mm.
realize a lot of people who are like depressed and stuff are people who are known to be social. You see a lot of
Yes,
comedians getting,
happy, funny, and
yeah,
especially funny ones.
comedians are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them end up going to the extreme and taking their lives because they don't have anybody to believe them. They don't have
Mm,
anybody to talk to and stuff. So yeah, that was what happened to me, and that's why mental health is big thing for me. I need people to be more aware of mental health. I need
mm.
people to be more aware. Yeah. So yeah, mine was low moods, high stress, and I just didn't want to do anything. I cried and cried and cried, but I took responsibility and told myself I'll get out of that. My
Yeah.
doctor was like, they can prescribe something for me. I chose not to go through the
Mm,
prescription. And I always tell somebody, know yourself. If that's the thing for you, if it will work for you, yes, go for it. If it's, but I knew it wasn't the thing for me. I've never been the one who wants to just take medication
mm,
and stuff. I've never been the one to just want to. So I did say no to the prescription
mm.
drug. So I didn't go
Yeah.
through that path, and I told myself that I'm going to help myself come through that. I'm going to use any information that I have to come through that. And true to
Mm,
my word, I did. First thing,
yeah.
train, went away for a while, met some, let me say, like strangers, had some fun, had a laugh, and then I met somebody who was really special to me, at least for a while, and that was really helpful. They
Mm,
helped me come through all that, and it was such an amazing thing to go through.
yeah.
So yeah, you don't stay
So
in.
yeah,
Don't
that's taking responsibility, for where you are at that time, and then just working around it,
working. And
using the
affirming too,
resources
because
that
I
you have.
come to myself and reminded myself for who I am and what I am. How people can't believe that I'm in this state. Then where is that Nicole? I want that
Mm,
Nicole back. I'm going to find that Nicole back. And I was working towards that, finding that Nicole back, because I knew what I'm
mm,
capable of and being. So yeah, that's what worked for me. So it's good to know yourself, acknowledge who you are, and take responsibility. And don't
yeah.
forget to be grateful. I think gratitude would have helped me, because I looked at myself and I said, you know what? I have all these things. I have a doctor who can give me 6 weeks off work. Some people don't get that. Some people
Mm,
can't have that, and I still got paid. That's something to be grateful for. I had
wow.
people to look after my son during that time. His grandparents were like, "Yeah, bring him, let him come." He's the
Mm,
one who chose not to stay there for too long, but his grandparents were like, "Yeah, we can have him." So that's amazing. Do have that support system. Just you
mm,
can do this. You can work through this.
mm,
If I did, you can. Anybody can. Anybody can. I didn't choose
yeah.
any special tools, any special whatever. I decided for myself that I'm
Mm,
going to come through that. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, taking responsibility and gratitude. Ooh, those ones, they
absolutely.
really help. They really help.
Absolutely.
Mm,
So cool. Mental health, mental awareness is always a big topic that you can take. It can take a different form. There's so much you can talk about it, but we
mm,
mostly base it on depression, because that's something that affects people our age a lot. And with the world the way it is right now, we know depression is a big thing. It's a big thing. So that's why we talk about that a lot. But if you have anything else, a different topic you want to talk about, maybe things that people are born with, if, so you don't have certain capabilities, all that, just ask those questions. We are happy to address them at some point. So on
mm.
Thursday, we have our guest coming on. We have
Yes,
Coach Alich coming on Thursday, possibly the same time as today.
sometime.
Yeah, we might see whether we want to extend it, but you can join us again that day. And then,
Yeah,
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 I
she's the
don't
expert,
know if you
and
have anything else.
no, I think at this moment, let's leave the guys to ask the questions, and then on Thursday, Scotch being the expert, she's going to address, all those questions. Yeah, but yeah, this it's a huge topic. It's a topic that I also love to talk about. I read a lot about mental health issues,
Yeah,
and yeah, let's just get reading. Let's talk about it more. Let's talk about it till the cost of getting mental health support drops. Let's talk about it till it becomes as easy as going to buy Panadol. Like going for therapy becomes as easy as going to buy Panadol, because for sure we all need it. We
yeah.
do need it, yeah. But I believe we're getting there. We're
We are
getting
getting
there.
that these people
Me
are
and
having these
Shirley.
talks and people are sharing their stories.
Mm.
Oh God, are the days when you were wetu ni mwenda zimu, wetu ndo sijui nini.
Amerogwa, sijui
Those are
babu
long.
yake hakufanya what,
Yeah.
or hizi ni magonjwa za wazungu, hizi ni ishu za wazungu, si za
Yeah, yeah, there was
Kiafrika,
that too.
Mm,
Oh, yeah, there was that too. So nasema that, oh, hizo ni vitu za wazungu.
mm.
People could do
A
believe
human
that
being is
stuff.
just a human being.
Kama getting counseling and getting help. Kwani hizo ni vitu za wazungu, hizo mambo ya counseling.
Eh,
People Afrika
yeah.
ngumu. No, we are coming out of that. I'm glad we are coming out of that.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
So
We
cool. I
are.
think we'll be seeing you again on Thursday. And
Mhm.
we're still open to time suggestions, and then we'll see work around our own routers and see whether
Yes.
we could adjust or anything. But we did know the mornings were becoming a struggle, or rather midday was becoming a struggle for a lot of
Mm,
people. To me, it
mm.
was perfect, but it was a struggle for a lot of other people.
Yeah, many
Yeah,
people are
asante
missing their
sana.
lives.
You did like midday.
Yeah, yeah, I was okay with middays. I was okay with middays considering I don't do 8 to 5. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
could just, like
Yeah, that's
adjust
the
my
thing, isn't
days.
it?
Mm,
Yeah, if you're not an 8 to 5 person, then it's not a big issue as such. So yeah,
yeah.
thank you everybody. Asante Yvette, I'm Nicole Hanselman. This is
And
Successful Way. Join us again and see you next
next
time, guys.
time. Bye bye,
Bye.
guys. I'm Yvette. So see you guys next time. See you guys on Thursday. Please don't miss.
Yeah, don't miss. That will be interesting. That's when we learn
Mm,
about those causes, the symptoms and stuff.
yeah.
We do it take on. Asante ni sana and Kwairini. Kwairi Yvette.
Bye.
Bye
See you.
bye.